Hi, Wilo. So it's dark in here today. Hi. Oh man, I have some cool shit to talk about. Hi, Tanya. I have some really cool stuff to talk about with you guys. And that's going to be changing a bit. I am very good today. I had a C5 meditation last night that went crazy. And I don't know what to make of it. I literally saw stuff. Hi, Patty. Oh, that's amazing, Tanya. That's great news. Yeah, so I had a big conversation with my friend. My screen is filthy. Hold on, guys. Oh my God. I can't even. What is happening? I don't know what happened. Anyway. Yeah. So, how are you guys feeling today? Hi, Princess. Okay, guys. I did a meditation yesterday, and it was weird because it was just like a regular, just the same meditation I do all the time. And I haven't ever, I'm not usually visual, and I was seeing so many things. Like, the kaleidoscope when you're little? Hi, Mark. When you're little and you see in that little thing that turns around? Yeah, it was crazy, man. I was seeing stuff, and then it was funny. Hey, Julia. So, yeah. And then I really had to go pee. I had to go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom in the middle of my meditation, came back, fell right back into it. Oh, by the way, listen to this. I'm meditating. And I really had to go to the bathroom, and I kept going, no. I'm just it's okay. I'll hold it. And then I'm like, I really got to go. So I got up, and under my couch, there was a light under my couch. And I'm like, what is that? And it's flickering. I'm like, why is there a light? It's pitch black. It's midnight last night. And I see a flickering light. I go look, I reach my hand under. It's a tiny little candle that's battery operated. I didn't even know I had this candle. Number one, I didn't even know I had it. And it was on. So I asked my daughter today, I'm like, did you turn on a candle yesterday? She's like, no. I'm like, it must be my cat. My cat might have found the little candle, and maybe with his teeth, he turned the light on. Can't ask him. My cat doesn't talk. So yeah. Hey, everybody. So I don't know what that was about. And I swear I saw beings for the first time ever. I saw in my meditation, and I was sitting up. This is not a meditation that when you fall asleep and you think you dream, I was sitting up, and I full blown saw beings, saw them. And you know how I saw them? Where's Dr. Doolittle? You need him. It's true. Good one. So, okay. The beings I saw was have you ever looked through a really thick glass and you see people, but it's I don't have a glass here. It's kind of it's not crisp, it's not clear. I have never seen anything like this on my meditation. And I saw a few beings, and they were all, kind of distorted, but I saw them clear. But it was there was a thick glass in between me and looking, but it was clear. And it wasn't a cartoon or anything. And I'm meditating, and I was and while I'm meditating, I was oh my God, this is so cool. I was saying that. And I kept seeing pipes, and they were working with pipes. And I paid 6 is a good number. 666 is a good number. They want us to believe it's a bad number, but it's a very, very good positive number, Julia. Don't worry about it. They're just trying to make us scared, but it's not. 666 is a good number. It's a number of change and shift. It's a nice shift and change that's happening right now. Okay? Your life is imagine a 6, how the 6 goes. Your life is going to kind of, okay? Angel numbers. Yeah. And you think about it, anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But I'm going to talk a lot about spirituality today. It's not necessarily mental health. Hi, Becky. So I know we talk a lot about mental health, but I'm going to jump in a lot more into spirituality because I don't express myself enough through spirituality. I don't, because I value everybody's spirituality. I value everybody's religion and everything, but I don't talk enough about mine because I said to myself, I'm like, if I talk about my spirituality, same here, Kelsa. So if I talk about my spirituality, that could be dismissive to somebody who's maybe into something else. I thought about it, but I'm like, this is my life. This is my truth. So I'm just going to share my journey with you guys because yesterday it really hit hard. I was seeing things in my meditation so crisp and clear, and it freaked me out in a good way. I wasn't even scared. It was so cool. Hey, James. It was so cool. And I was seeing, but you know what's crazy? The beings that I saw, I knew were not from Earth. Like when I was closing my eyes, I could see them, but they didn't look like the alien extraterrestrial. Like they didn't look like, you know, the alien with the big eyes there. They didn't look like that. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Carlene. It's all about the toner. I just put a toner in my hair myself yesterday. So thanks for noticing. My hair was getting a little yellow. Were they orange by any chance? I don't remember. It's weird. It's like I have this weird, I don't remember what color. But when I saw them, they had hair. That I know. They had hair. How do you get along with your dad since you live with him now? Good question. My dad is my dad. I was just talking about that. Thanks, Carlene. So my dad's my dad. He has a lot of issues and stuff. And I have to tell you, if you can master staying with, because the thing is I don't completely live with him now. I do a switch of with my boyfriend, but I realized that what works for my boyfriend and I is that we are really good together, is our kids are having a really hard time living together. My daughter and his daughter, and we realize that he will always take his daughter's side and I will always take mine. So we have a hard time with that. But him and I, we're good. We're good. So I don't know yet. I'm in that. You know what? Okay. I actually want to talk about this. I'm talking about spirituality today, but I want to talk about don't give up. I want anybody who's meant to hear these words, do not give up. If you're doing something for school, if you're doing, this is why I'm going to talk about the rice thing. If you're doing anything, don't give up. Okay, I want to start with that. Oh, it's okay, Mark. It's been going on for years. Just now we realized it more. But don't give up. If you're meant to hear it, I know, like, think about waves, okay? Right now, life is a big, like, ocean. And it's really, when we get that thrill and we get excited and we're all, like, pumped and we get, like, the adrenaline rush, it's really fun. But right now, there may be very stagnant in your life and you could be comparing yourself to others and things are not happening for you. Be okay with still water. Just be okay in the stillness right now. I know we're wanting the adrenaline. You want the results, but be patient. It's coming. Just, the big waves are going to come and this and that, but right now it's still water and just don't give up. Okay? And I kept getting this message. I'm getting these messages. I don't know what's happening, guys, these days. And it was funny. It's since my live with Joey. I felt like I have a lot of negative emotions. You can't get rid of it. Sora, do you know what my daughter said to me this week? And she was saying a lot of people are feeling really negative. She's like, just be negative. Be negative. Be negative. But don't allow yourself to be negative for more than a day. Like, take one day of negativity and then find a way to find the optimism to get out of it the next day. And if you guys want to know why, I'll tell you right now. So we did the rice experiment with Dr. Hiley. Yes, it's easier said than done. Definitely, Callie. So I'm going to show you guys about the rice experiment. This is what I wanted to do. And I'm excited to show you the results because these are crazy. Okay. We can see better in still water. Exactly. Exactly. But it's scarier. When the water, like, think about it. When the waves are coming at you and you're trying to and you're like full of adrenaline and you're trying to stay alive and it's exciting. Sorry, my nose ring is bugging me today. It's exciting. But when there's still water, you can see, and then you can see the sharks and you can see the fish and you're like, ah. And sometimes it's scary to be in that. So remember, just remain in the stillness. And just now is the time to get back to you. If things are not happening for you right now, just keep centering back to yourself. This is the time. And if you find yourself getting really, really negative, my daughter has said it so good. And the reason she said it is my daughter did this rice experiment. And she started this. And I'm really excited that she did it because I did not think it was going to work this well. The rice experiment, if anybody's familiar with Dr. EMOTO, I'm going to tell you, she did 3 jars. Oh, they're cleaning snow outside. So you may hear some loud noises. It's because we're having a big snow cleaning outside. And the dogs are going to bark soon, whatever. So the rice experiment was Dr. EMOTO said he can change the molecular structure of water with words and intention. So, you know, affirmations, when you say, I love you and this and that, there's a level of truth to that and there's a level of deceit to it. Because if you look in the mirror every day and you say, I love you, I'm this, and you're not really, your intention, that feeling inside you doesn't love, like you can look at somebody and go, I love you, and you don't love them. It's not real. So it doesn't matter. Positive words are not what matter. It's the intention. It has to be coming from a place of authenticity because intention comes from your consciousness. The thing that's floating around you there, that's making me talk right now, my consciousness is making my body alive. You know, when we pass, our consciousness it doesn't make us talk anymore, right? Our body shuts down. The consciousness that's inside of us, that is so powerful and we don't realize it. And our words are powerful. Our words are powerful, but the consciousness and the intention behind the words are more powerful. Yeah, sorry, guys. So it's okay. So I have one. We're going to let this pass for a second because I have a dog that's half Chihuahua and he likes to just bark a lot. And that's how he expresses himself. And he's very, very tiny. The little tiny Chihuahua. I have 2 dogs, but one is the one that barks. Hold on. I'm on alive. I'm on alive. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Oh yeah, Chihuahua's extra barky. Okay, so back to what we were saying. What happens when we die? That is the biggest question of everybody, and we all have different answers. So I can give you an answer that I believe, but somebody else can give you another answer. But no, that is the biggest question that we don't know about because everybody has a different answer. So from my point of view, where we go after death, I'm going to share my point of view. I'll first talk about the rice experiment, but today I am going to share my spirituality because I think a lot of people don't know what I feel because I'm always like, you know, everybody is allowed their spirituality, but I never told you guys what I feel. So I'll tell you guys what I feel after. And you guys might be a little freaked out because I have a lot of stuff that I've lived throughout the years. I'll tell you. Consciousness. You boil the rice. Everybody can do this at home. You boil the rice Like you're cooking rice, like you're about to eat rice. So sticky rice, basmati rice, whatever you want, okay? You cook the rice and make sure it's a light rice so you can see the change, okay? So we put different words on it. I love you, I hate you. And although we didn't just say, I love you, we actually put the same temperature in the same room all the time. We were keeping it like scientifically, we had to keep it in the same temperature in the same room, right? You can't freak me out. I know. Yeah, but I might be like, some people might be like, whoa. Okay. Our intention with this one is every time we were laughing and smiling, we would come into the room if we were in a really good mood. So let's say I'm on the phone and I'm talking to somebody, and my friend, she always cracks me up. She gets me really hyper, a friend of mine. So my daughter's like, every time you're in a really good mood, come into the room and take this jar beside you. Like I'm sitting on this chair. She's like, take this chair, put it down, whatever. Sit it beside you. Really get like, and then look at the jar and laugh with the jar, almost like you're interacting your consciousness. So it's not just the words, I love you, thank you, thank you. When you're feeling grateful. So my daughter at one point, she went through this really grateful day. I don't know what hit her. And she kept taking this jar around. She was holding it with her, like not holding it. She tries to not change the temperature of it, but she took it and she's like, this is the jar for love. Okay. Guys, you won't even believe the third jar, okay? There's a jar for love, a jar for hate, and a jar that has been ignored, okay? The concept to this experiment is that we are made of over 75% water. My dog's walking around. Hold on a second. Come here. He's deaf. I have a lot of different kinds of dogs. My dog is deaf, so I have to bang on things for him to look at me. Sorry. So the intention here is we are made over 75% water. And if words and intentions can change the molecular structure of water in the rice, that you can see it, imagine what it does, our intention, not the words. So you can look at yourself and be like, I love you, you're great, you're this in the mirror. But if you look at yourself and you think you're a piece of shit and you think you're ugly and you think, actually, I had somebody today, I don't know if you're on the live, I'm not going to say your name, but I had somebody today ask me, what's wrong with me? I want to change a part of me. There's a part of me I need to change. And I said, no, you didn't. You need to do shadow work. You need to do, hi, Moonchild. You need to do more shadow work. Shadow work is knowing that you don't have to change. Not one single person on this live today has to change. There's nothing to change about you. When you learn to love and accept all of you, you don't change. You just become more connected to your consciousness of who you truly are. And all the shit from your past and that stuff that happened to you will no longer define who you are. All the people that said stuff about you and said all that shit, you won't feel that it's connected to you anymore. It won't be you. You're not owning other people's projections of you. And you now start to understand that I used to hate parts of myself. I used to hate that I was loud. I hate that I talked too much. I was like, fuck, shut the fuck up, Tanya. I used to say that to myself. Shut the fuck up, Tanya. Fuck, you talk too much. Now, I didn't change. But now I accept what I say. Right? I need to see results. Okay. Focus, Tanya, focus. All right. See, I do that. Sometimes I get carried away, my thing. Thank you, Miss. I can't even read my word. Mies. Okay. So if you need to see results, I'm going to show you results. This is the I love you jar. And this is the I hate you jar. Do you guys see that it's yellow and rotting? Okay. Now, I have to tell you guys, there is a filter on TikTok. So, I'm going to do I didn't do it yet. I'm going to put this on YouTube and I'm going to show you guys the proper, without the filter, without anything. This jar of it's just dried up rice. And this jar is I hate you. This is starting to rot. Do you guys see the rotting here? And I don't know if you guys can see because there's a lot of it. Oh, here. You see how it's like goopy? It's all like goopy and yellow. And this one is just dry. Okay? Now, If you guys, any of you guys do the cutoff and you ignore your children, or you've been ignored, have your parents, if you didn't behave a certain way, your parents said, go to your room, I don't want to see you? No, like I said before, it's not talking to it. It's about the intention. I put the words on the I love you, but it's not just, so there's 2 experiments. We did one experiment here and one experiment at my boyfriend's. The one at my boyfriend, we only used words. We took the jar and we said, I love you. You're great. You're compat, da, da, da. We took that. And then we took the other jar and we said, I hate you, you stupid jar, and you're dumb and stupid jar. It didn't work. It didn't work. The other, I could show you the rice experiment. The rice is exactly the same. It didn't work. This rice experiment worked because we used our intention. Every time we felt true love, all this stuff. Why are you weird? Oh, thanks. Because I'm a weird person. I appreciate that. Thanks for the compliment, Jason. Using our compassion. Now this is the ignore jar that I didn't show you last time. All right? Look at this. I can't show you guys. Super gross. Do you guys see the rotting? Hold on. Actually, I'm going to have to turn off that light. There's a shimmer on the glass. There. Do you guys see the rotten piece in there? There's a piece of black mold in there. Somehow. And it's all gross. Do you guys see it? It's super gross. And I would never open this jar because I feel like it's going to be, this is the ignoring jar. So this jar, we did not even have contact. Today is the first time I'm touching it. My daughter took the jar and she went, oh my God, it worked. And there's this huge, man, it's the, you know what it is? I have a ring light. Hold on. I'm going to take you guys out of, I'm going to take the ring light out because I have a ring light to hold my phone. But I want you guys to see it properly. There. Do you see the mold in there? Look at that black mold. Hold on, the ring light's still there. There. There it is. Look at this. 4 weeks. 4 weeks, guys. We did this for 4 weeks. Now, people would say, oh, yes, it's cooked rice with water in it because words and intention specifically can change the molecular structure. Why is it that the love jar has nothing? I want you guys to see. Look closely. I'm not lying here. It's completely just dried out rice. Look, it's just dried out. It hardened. Okay, this is the I love you jar. This is the jar that every time we were laughing and every time we did anything, dry. This is the I hate you jar. It's moldy, right? What is the idea out of it? I'm glad you asked. When you cook rice, you cook it in water. Dr. EMOTO took his whole life mission was to show that words and intention, not just words, the intention, the consciousness behind what you're saying and how you're acting can change the molecular structure of water. I posted a video explaining this today. This is the video that I posted today. And I want you guys to know how strong this is because, and if you want to know, I posted a video. The link is in my bio. It says it. Not only can words and intentions change the molecular structure of your DNA, of water, but it can alter DNA. It can alter DNA. And the reason I'm so excited to share this with you today is because I'm going to tell you something that happened to me. I have been working on meditation for 2 years. I've been meditating since 2011, but 2 years. 2 years ago, I started a hardcore healing my body. Okay? Hardcore. I said everything that I say to myself, everything that I feel towards myself, Masuru EMOTO. Yes. Okay. So, and this is the ignore jar with the rotting. This is the ignore jar. This is like crazy, man. It's because you see the ring light. You can see the ring light in the jar. So it's hard to see the black mold. But on the ignore jar, just to let you know, so if we are made of over 75% water in our body, you don't think that our body is affected? So if here I am, I'm a child, and I have parents who call me fucking idiot, stupid, you stupid kid, you're just dumb, you're this. Every day, the intention of my parents, I go through abuse, physical, other abuse. What happens is the water in my body starts to mold up my organs, my things around the body, and everything is changing the molecular structure of my body. And we wonder when we're older why we're sick. So just letting you know, for me, I had 2 verbally, can you guys give me a second? Hold on. Give me a second, please. I have a live meditation app. Now, I'm on it. He forgot. That's okay. Sweating from running. Thank you guys for waiting. So, yeah. In your body, we have water. So, if you have verbally abusive parents over and over and over, somehow, doctors couldn't explain it. I was left with my kidneys were finished. But not just my kidneys. I had a blood disorder from when I was little. A terminal blood disease. So my blood was poisoning my body, which I had a father that was very verbally abusive to the whole family. And I had a mother who everything I did wasn't right. She was not, like, I was too much for her. So everything that I did was like, no, this is wrong. So the intention when I grew up, and then I had physical abuse growing up. So now I'm not only getting the intention verbally, I'm getting physically abused, right? So here I am. This is what's happening. So my body is now feeling like water, the 75% water is starting to rot. My body, my blood was literally poisoning my body, and it was attacking my kidneys. Hi, Cece. So imagine this. And then for the people who were abandoned, if you guys were abandoned, so Cece, you didn't see this? I'm going to show you again. I'm going to take it off because for some reason I can't show you guys with this. This is the ignore jar. Do you see that moldy? There's a mold. Big chunk of black mold in the ignore jar. So if you've been ignored your whole life and you were completely abandoned and you have felt the feeling of abandonment, there is literally like a mold that is growing inside your body and you're wondering, why do I have this problem? The ignore jar is worse than the hate jar. And every time that people, listen, I remember I told my daughter, I said, listen, we haven't looked for 4 weeks. We ignored the ignore jar. So I said, what if it didn't work? It's possible it didn't work. So she was like, well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We don't know. And I said, well, whatever, you can hand it into your teacher and said, you do the best. We don't just talk to the jar. So this is the thing. People have disproved Dr. EMOTO because what they do is they go, I love you. Thank you. And they take the jar and they just talk, right? But it's not words that change the molecular structure of water. It's your consciousness. It's intention. So if I look at the jar and I go, I love you. I'm going to be personally honest. I don't really love rice. In all honesty, I'm not a huge rice lover. So if I'm looking at a jar of rice and I say, I love you, I don't mean it. It's fake. So what I did do is when I was with my daughter hanging out and I'm petting my cat, I would take the I love you jar and we'd put it beside us. We would always have it here somewhere beside us and we'd put it right beside us. And we had this intention. Then we'd look at the jar and we gave all that intention, right? So everything. Hi, Petra. So it's about the intention. So everybody who failed, because you can go on YouTube and try to Google this experiment and you'll get 50% people say, oh my God, it works. And then 50% of the other people that are like, oh, this is a stupid, it's not real. Dr. EMOTO's a scam. It's not true. It's not real science. And I'm like, really? It's not real science. It's funny because we did 2 science experiments, one using words, which failed, and one using intention, which, as you guys can see, I'm going to be honest, I'm totally freaked out. Recognizing your intention is hard. It's actually not. It's about awareness, Bella. So I'll give you an example. At one point, my intention was pretty bad. Like I was doing my best to kind of like eat well, work out, and do all this and there was a couple of days that I didn't feel good physically. I was super bloated. I was judging myself. My daughter ran to get the I hate you jar right away, and she put it. Now I'm going to tell you, Marcy, how to heal the mold, okay? Because I did it even last night. I'll tell you guys. So she went to grab the jar and she put it beside me because I kind of had tears in my eyes of how bad I felt about my physical body. And she's like, Mom, you're beautiful. And I was like, I said, listen, I don't want to feel like this about myself, but I do judge my physical body a lot. I do. And she's like, well, take the jar. Don't change your intention because it won't work. So just take the jar beside you and feel crappy and think about all the things you hate about yourself. So I sat with the jar, the I hate you jar, and it built up this here. If you guys want to know, see the change. This is the white, clean, dried up rice. And this is the rotting, I hate you, you fool. That's what we wrote on it, but it's all about that intention, right? So I've been working, I found out about Dr. EMOTO in 2011, right? How do you let the bad emotions go away? That's the good part about this, Sora. So this is life. This is life. It's life. We feel bad sometimes, and we feel good sometimes. The problem is that this is 4 weeks. This is 4 weeks of only negative. I would hold it and be like, stupid. 4 weeks of pure negative. And this is 4 weeks of pure, no, let me rephrase that. This is 4 weeks of hate, not negative. Because negative, sadness, everything. This was hate. This was 4 weeks of love. Love. The other one, the rotting, disgusting, moldy one, that I keep ignoring now because the experiment is still going on for 2 more weeks, okay? Which is kind of bad because I did 4 weeks of ignoring this jar. But it's supposed to be, we usually do 6 weeks. So imagine 6 weeks, it's going to be worse. This got love, 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 love. Now, water has memory. Yes, so that's Luke took the, everybody who took after him, it's Dr. Masaru Emoto that passed away. That's his main experiment that he created this. And a lot of doctors and scientists have taken his work and work. Now, I've known about this and I've done it, but I never knew how. Dr. Joe Dispenza in 2011, I think, or 2009, I think, he came out with this video called What the Bleep Do We Know? But the problem with that video is he never came out with a solution. He was telling us, he's a scientist who was saying, hey, you can heal your body. You have rotting, you have illnesses, you have this. With quantum physics, you can heal your body. And I'm like, that's nice. How? So apparently he got bombarded over the years of people saying, yeah, it's great that you tell us this, but we want to know how to do it. So he started his journey in 2009, 2010, and he started getting bigger and bigger, and he started working with people on how to heal the mold. If you've been abandoned and you have this dark mold in your body and you have pain and diseases and all this stuff, with intention. It's all about intention, exactly. Or you have this rotting because every day, so I used to wake up every day and I hated my body, I hated my mind, I hated myself. Yes, Louise Hay book. So I started, Sora, with the Louise Hay, right? So I started that. And as I was going, I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to work with this. I'm going to work with this. The problem with Louise Hay, that it was about the words. It's in words. Jane, you know how you cook rice for yourself? You know when you're about to eat rice and you cook rice for yourself? It's the same way. Usually it's like a cup of rice, 2 cups of water to cook. Well, the average rice, sometimes it's different, but just cook regular rice like you were making rice to eat. And then at the end, you take 3 jars, go to the Dollar Tree, whatever. Make sure the jars are disinfected so it doesn't affect the results. We put boiling water, disinfected it, and then we did this. So what I did is I had a lot of intention that I was working towards healing my body, but I didn't know how to truly do it. And 2 years ago, I sat with myself and I said, I got to do something. And I came upon Joe Dispenza's new work and what he was doing. And then I met physically, actually, I put it on my website. I met Dr. Bruce Lipton, who works with Joe Dispenza, and I put it on my website. The link is in my bio. I put it on my website today because I work with Gaia, and Gaia sent me the link of me talking to anyway, whatever, side note. So Dr. Bruce Lipton, Dr. Joe Dispenza says, with your intention, you can change the molecular structure, the same as Dr. EMOTO, but you can heal it. You can heal your body. But remember, I have had years of physical, verbal abuse, of trauma, of PTSD moments. I had years and years of that. And although I went into wellness and coaching and I started doing all this stuff, I had all this stuff. I had years of it. So Joe Dispenza says, don't rush it. Patience is your best friend. So I said, all right, fuck this. I am doing it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. That was the words I used. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I just want to let you guys know, I was a nutrition coach. I was at my best. I had abs. I was eating vegetarian nutrition, everything, and I was still sick. And I'm like, frig, man, what do I do? So remember, I had focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, which is a chronic blood disease that kills the kidney. And I had a kidney transplant going on 15 years ago, okay? And kidney transplants are not concrete. They say you can lose the kidney anytime, blah, blah, blah. I had endometriosis. I had neuralgia. I had, what else did I have? What's the bones? What the hell? Low bone density there. Osteoporosis. The reason I had osteoporosis is because I was on steroids for so many years because of the kidney transplant. So I could break a bone. I could hurt anything like that. Like every possible thing that you were giving me, I got precancerous cells in my uterus. I had to get surgery, but luckily the cancers were gone. They were able to remove it. I've had a life. It didn't matter how vegetarian and well I ate. I was still sick. And I went, what is this? I need to do something. And I did it in 1 year. For the first year, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was working hard. I've been doing it for 10 years. I'm still healing. Well, that's it. Like, we're always healing, by the way, because you could do something today that you will need to heal next week. There can be a moment that something that you do right now that you hurt yourself right now. If I broke my finger accidentally, something happened. I cut myself. Then I have to heal, right? You don't cut yourself and you're like, it hurts. And then you're like, Listen, we are supermen, but our superpowers don't heal within seconds like Superman. We actually take about 6 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks. That's what the doctor tells us. Your bones, they will put them back together in about 6 to 8 weeks. You'll feel good. So we're like slow Supermans. Okay. But remember, in those 6 to 8 weeks we're feeling. The thing is that emotion and intention, just like the rice, they also cause pain. My intention made this rice rotten. My intention to the ignore made this right. My rib is healed. My intention rotted the rice. 4 weeks of hate rotted the rice. So imagine if you had rotting family, this, that, and you have trauma in your life, all this shit in your life that keeps coming to you over and over. You can't expect to heal, be like, okay, I'm healed, everything's fine, and then I'm healed forever. No, healing on earth, if you sit for too long, you're in pain. If you stand for too long, you're in pain. If you drink boiling, steaming hot, you're going to burn yourself. If you go into the cold for too long, you will freeze. Everything you do with extreme is going to affect you. Now, here's the thing. Okay, and this is normal, guys. This is human experience on earth. The human experience on earth, we are all going to feel pain. But the cool part is when you find out how to heal, it's possible. And I know the reason I haven't talked too much about my healing is because I don't want to trigger people who have been healing. Some people have cancer and they're like, you don't even know what I feel. I have a brain injury and blah, blah, blah. And they get really upset at me. And I realize that's their reality. But my reality is I healed my body with intention. I did it. Guys, I healed everything. To the point that yesterday I had pain. Now I'll tell you guys how it works, okay? Long-term trauma will cause long-term pain, emotional and physical. Long-term emotion and physical. Emotions are intention. Your intention can cause pain. Physical can cause pain, right? But it'll manifest its way. Manifestation, you guys believe in manifestation? 100%, we all know it works. Everybody knows about manifestation now. We don't have to think it's some stupid shit. We all know it exists. Well, if somebody talked to you like a piece of shit when you were a kid or somebody ignored you, it manifested physically. So if you have a backache, if you have knee problems, if you have headaches, if you have kidney disease, if you have lung problems, any pain, you have joint issues, you have problems like this, any issue that you have in your body, yes, it can be genetic. That's one side of it, but it can also come from years and years of emotional years. Imagine this is 4 weeks. Imagine years in your body of rotting inside, of creating this rotten over and over and over. So what you need to do, number one, that Bruce Lipton is say is change your environment. I'm going to be honest. That's the one thing I disagree with them, because they say to heal yourself, you need to change your environment. What if I can't change my environment? What if I live with the people that are causing me pain? What do I do? Then I can't heal. Sorry, you can't heal. Fuck that. I am changing that. I am changing my belief. I'm changing my intention. I can heal even in the toxic environment. I said it to myself. And I talked to Dr. Bruce Lipton and I told him, and it's the little mini clip is on my website, but the long clip is on Gaia. He literally said to me, I asked him, I said, hold on a second. I have a terminal illness. I had a terminal illness that I was diagnosed. Does that mean I can't heal? If I don't change my environment and I don't change everything, does that mean I can't heal? Is it harder for me to heal than somebody who didn't live trauma? Let's say somebody didn't live trauma and they only got a little bit of trauma. Is it easier for them to heal or is it harder for me? And Bruce Lipton actually says, actually, not if you believe it, because belief is the biggest intention. Your belief. Hi, Jade. You came on this live just in time. I was talking about, I told about how I healed my endometriosis. I said, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I did it. Okay, exactly. Can you give me a second? I'm sorry this live keeps getting disrupted, but my dog is, come on. All right, sorry guys. My dog. Okay, we're having, so listen to this. This is exactly what I did. 2 years ago, I said to myself, I was I did everything. 6 years ago, actually it was about 10 years ago, I started working on all the self-love and everything. And why am I still sick? Why am I still sick? I'm emotionally sick. I'm physically sick. And then about 6 years ago, I went into coaching. So I did not wellness coaching necessarily. I was doing a Reiki training. I did nutrition coaching. I changed my diet. I lost all this weight. I was working out like 5-6 days a week, really not excessively, just like a good balance. I was teaching classes of yoga, eccentrics, all this, whatever. Okay. Yeah. So, Jade, I went to get my surgery to repair the endometriosis. And the doctor looked at me and I was all excited to get the surgery. And they said, after the surgery to remove to get rid of the endometriosis, he says, you can't get the surgery. I said, what do you mean? He says, if I do the surgery, you have 5% chance of survival. Your endometriosis is right behind your new kidney. You had a kidney transplant. If I do this surgery on you, you have 5% chance to live. You have 95% chance of dying. It's not like everybody else. You are different and you can't get the surgery. And when I got that message, I cried for 3 days. 3 days. I went, oh my God, I can't get the surgery. I was so upset. I was super upset. I was devastated. I was like, oh my God, I can't get the surgery to remove it. Ask me why. Right now it's gone, guys. It's gone. I didn't get a surgery and it's gone. 0 endometriosis. Nothing. It is gone. And the doctor doesn't fucking understand it. The doctor's like, and then my kidney transplant specialist, she still doesn't understand. I have something called focal segmental glomerulosclerosis. That's what I've been diagnosed with. That was from birth. You have a blood disorder. It's a terminal blood disorder that attacks your kidneys. You're going to need many transplants. 15 years ago, I got a transplant. I haven't had one since. If I am part of a group on Facebook of FSGS, I'm part of that group, and everybody's on their 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th transplants because they keep rejecting because their blood is attacking it. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here and my blood is matching equal blood work to a normal human, normal kidneys. And the doctor's like, I don't know what you're doing. Just keep doing it. Now I have to lie to her. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I stopped eating meat and vegetarian. That's what I tell her. But I know what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm going to tell you guys today what the hell I did. I'm going to tell you guys today. But that's the thing. You have to do it. Otherwise it doesn't work. Okay? That's the issue. You can't just sit there and be like, I'm going to heal it. Okay? So if you are end stages and you need surgery, doctors are needed. I just want to let you know, I had a kidney transplant. My kidneys were at 7% function. I was blind. Okay? Like some days the vision would come back and some days the vision would be gone. I was totally bluish gray. I had no function, no nothing. I was still moving around and walking around. I wasn't in a wheelchair, but I had 7% kidney function. So doctors, I can't just say, no, I'm going to go see Joe Dispenza and I'm just going to you're a living kidney donor, Jessica. That's beautiful. I love you for that. I love you. Okay, listen. So my mother is my kidney donor. Okay. So instead of sitting there and saying, I need help, you need doctor's help. You need to change your nutrition a little bit. You need to do a little bit of that. But the biggest thing to do, that's beautiful, Angelica. It's really, I have to tell you, a kidney donor, you donated to your dad. That's beautiful. So I'm just letting you know, for those who are not familiar with donating organs, it's harder for a donor than it is for the person receiving it. So Jessica went through a fucked up surgery to take away something that was working well out of her body to give to somebody. The reason it's harder is because like my mom gave me her kidney and she had to her body has to adjust to only having one kidney. And me, it's like, wow, it's a new life because I'm dying. Having a new kidney is like, my body's like, and like it feels good again, right? So, okay, whether you're a donor or you're not or whatever, I'm telling you, you can heal. So this is what I did. The day I sat down, I remember crying and I said, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I took a piece of paper and I wrote down everything that was wrong with me, everything that the doctors told me. Okay. I wrote down focal segmental glomerulosclerosis. I have chronic migraines. Let me tell you, people have committed suicide of the amount of migraines are insane. Because my chronic migraines used to make me physically sick, which is, to me, it's like really bad. I had neuralgia. Neuralgia is that when you get so many surgeries and they cut through your body so often that all your nerves are no longer connected. Like they've cut through your nerves. So all your nerves are like, so I randomly get like spasms in my arms. I get a shooting pain into my jaw that goes like this. Okay. I had osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is no matter what I did, whatever. Anyway, I wrote down a list. Endometriosis. I had uterine precancer cells, which were removed, but they said they can come back every year. So it may develop into cancer of the uterus. We need to keep checking you, whatever. Okay. So I had list. I wrote down everything and I was like, what the fuck? I said, I can't live like this anymore. I can't live like this anymore. My whole life has been sick. I'm so fucking annoyed. I'm like, people have no idea. And then I actually lost a friend and I'm still kind of annoyed with her because she has never been sick in her life. Like she had, a flu and things like that. And she was like, it's all about your mental state. I was like, fuck you. You have no idea what it is to be chronically sick every day. And if any of you guys are on to be chronically sick every day, if you did not live that, you have no idea. You think, yeah. I had a surgery once back in 1990. That's nice. I've had 6. I've been cut open 6 times. My body has been chopped open 6 times. And to feel the chronic pain every day, you're like, oh, fuck, every day you don't know if you're going to have a good day or a bad day. It's fucking exhausting. And endometriosis, can I tell you guys something? I could say in the top of my list, and I had a kidney transplant, that endometriosis and the chronic migraines, the ones that were bad, were the top of the list of pain. I thought I was dying. Actually, wait, endometriosis, if any of you guys, I forgot to tell you guys, I had, what's it called? My appendix. I had appendicitis. And that was 2 months after my kidney transplant. And my kidney transplant is here. They put the kidney in your belly, if anybody's wondering. And the appendix was right above it. And my appendix was about to burst and they removed it. I'm just letting you know, appendix is equal to endometriosis. You think you're going to die. You're like, ah! Full blown, like you're going into final stages of labor. Okay? That's where the pain is. So imagine this is my life since I'm very young, living. And I said, fuck this. I will do everything I can to heal. So I said, I've done so much self-work, self-healing. And Joe Dispenza, he said it best. You need to meditate twice a day for minimum an hour. Twice a day. And I was like, oh. So chronic pain for the rest of my life, or 2 hours a day of meditation in the morning and at night. Which one did I choose? So some people are like, this is too hard. I have lived so much chronic pain that this was a joke to me. All I got to do is meditate for 2 hours every day. So I got to wake up an hour early. See, if you don't have time, that's because you prefer being sick. I'm totally triggering people today. Sorry if you guys don't like me and you unfollow. If you don't have time for this, it's because you prefer being sick. Do you prefer taking 2 hours of your day? To me, I didn't. Which one did I prefer? Fuck this one. There's no fucking way that I was going to stay sick. I was like, I am so... Now, if your pain is not that bad and you can tolerate it, you don't have 2 hours a day, then you're fine. Don't take the 2 hours. But it's 2 hours every day. And you said, I'm going to do this. And then some people are like, I can't meditate. Really? Okay, so then you prefer. Whatever you say is because you prefer the other. Whatever you pick. If I had a cup of tea and coffee, which one do you want? Which one do you prefer? I'm going to take this. You always have a choice. You always have a choice, guys. And I have to tell you, my fucking choice was like, I am done. I am done. But I wanted proof. I wanted proof. Because I'm like, yeah, does this really work? Is it guaranteed? And yeah, it's guaranteed. You're going to heal it. You're going to learn about yourself and you're going to heal. And you're going to heal 100%. Or for the rest of your life, you're going to feel pain. But remember, I'm going to trigger a whole bunch of fucking people today. If you prefer this, it's because the pain is benefiting you in some way. For years, I chose pain. You know why? Because people were nicer to me. People were nicer to me when I was in pain. They were compassionate. Do you know what I noticed? People were way more compassionate to me when I was in pain. And I had boundaries. My boundaries were my pain. Sorry, I got to cancel our appointment today. I have endometriosis. Sorry, I got to do this. I have endometriosis. My mom was nicer to me. My dad was nicer to me. People were nicer when I was getting surgeries and I was in pain. That's where I benefited. So I wrote down all the benefits of my pain. All the benefits. And like I said, I'm going to trigger the hell out of some people. And I'm sorry if you unfollow me, but I'm really speaking my truth. This is my truth of my life. Okay? So you have to write down, am I willing to let go of the things that are making me sick? What's making me sick? Why am I staying sick? What the fuck does it benefit me? So I wrote down everything it benefited me. Man, I had a list of 2 pages of why it benefited me. It benefits me, for me, my reason why it benefited me is because I'm going to talk to you guys about the meditation in a second, but I need to address this first. And the reason it benefited me is because people were really nice to me. My clients, do you know that I had clients? I had a whole spa, okay? I was a spa owner. And I could not cancel my clients for no reason. I couldn't just be like, hey, I'm fucking tired today. You know what? I'm tired. No. I'm sick. Oh, it's okay. So it was good that I was sick. So my body was like, oh, you have to get sick to take a break. Remember that. You have to get sick to take a break. So you have to stay sick. So this is benefiting me. My chronic illness was benefiting me in every possible way. So I stayed sick. Okay? And I want to remind you guys that we get sick all the time. I got sick again last week. I had a bit of a scratchy throat. It's a result of not speaking my truth. I was not feeling so great. Never in my life have I had, the one thing that I did not have was psoriasis. And I, all of a sudden, last week got psoriasis. I got psoriasis last week. All over my big chunk. You guys didn't see this on my live because I covered it with makeup. I had a big piece psoriasis. Do you guys see this? Psoriasis. I have never, nobody in my family has psoriasis. I was like, what the fuck is this? Big, right on my stomach. Big, dry. I was like, itchy. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? So what did I do? I ruled out everything. Number one, soap. I changed my soap, took out my soap. I cleaned with my regular soap because I'd used new soap. Nope. Wasn't the soap. The fucking psoriasis was still there. I'm like, damn it. What do I do? Okay, eating. I went online. What aggravates psoriasis? Eggs. I'm a vegetarian. I'm not vegan. So I went, fuck, eggs. And I was eating a few more eggs. I was like, okay. So I rule out everything I'm doing. And the final aspect is emotionally. Where does my psoriasis come from? So it was skin. Okay, I'll show you guys. Watch this. I'm going to read it for you so you guys can understand that it all comes from somewhere. Skin, skin, skin. Skin problems. Psoriasis. Oh, wait, sorry. There's even psoriasis. They even have psoriasis. Here, hold on. I'm going to go detailed for you guys. P-S. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Psoriasis. Fear of being hurt. Refusing to accept responsibility for your own feelings. Fear of being hurt. For those who knows what happened to me recently, psoriasis popped up. And all of a sudden, a few days ago, I sat there and I went, holy fuck. I look in the book, I said, fear of being hurt. What am I going to do? What do you have to do? Meditation. Meditation 2 hours a day. You have to meditate 2 hours a day. And if you don't meditate, it's because you don't mind your pain. Okay? If this is the pain and you're like, I don't want to meditate 2 hours a day. The book is You Can Heal Your Life. But there's so many books about this. Okay? You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. It's very easy to remember. You Can Heal Your Life. Just You Can Heal Your Life. Just Google it. It's the most famous book all around. Okay? So it gives you all the details of everything. So I look at the book and I went, fuck, fear of being hurt. That's what's happening now. I was super scared with my boyfriend of being hurt. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to happen what happened with my exes. I don't want to be this. And I was getting hurt. And all of a sudden, last night, I went into my meditation and I'm sitting there and I went, not last night, the night before. And I said, I'm going to now focus on healing of my skin. And I do meditations. Like I said, if you don't want to meditate, you don't have to. Okay? If you feel like you can't, you don't have to. But if you're like, I want to heal, I want to heal, I want to heal, but I don't want to do the work. I don't want to do the work to heal. Then you don't really want to heal. Because which one is better for you? You always have to remember that whatever you choose in your life, if you are living in a toxic relationship, and listen, I'm speaking on experience. I used to live with a narcissist, and I knew that leaving meant I was alone, and I would prefer getting abused by the narcissist than being alone. Okay? 1 hour, 1 hour. 1 hour. Okay, so I'll give you an example. You know when you do a workout and they tell you that the first 20 minutes is just your heart rate going, and after 20 minutes is when you really get the workout done? Right? That's what it is. It's the same as meditation. The first 20 minutes of meditation is painful. The first 20 minutes, you're like, I gotta do the dishes. I gotta, stupid shit. Oh, my back hurts. This is uncomfortable. How long is this? How long has it been already? Your brain is fucking for the first 20 minutes. That's not meditation. Now, I'm talking about healing. If you just want to feel a little peace in your life and you want to do a little meditation, that's fine. No problem. But if you want to heal, like fully heal everything that you're going through. And you know what's funny is that there's proof out there. There is so much proof. Because I'm somebody that I'm spiritual, but I need facts. I need facts of telling me, is this really work? Does this really work? I'm just letting you know. I am telling you straight face right now. I had endometriosis that I could not walk once a month for sometimes a days to like 4 or 5 days. I was physically couldn't move. And you know what's funny? Even during the month, I had this pressure pushing down my leg that I couldn't walk. Imagine full-blown attacks on my body. Attacks. I used to have such bad migraines that I would throw up. Like for hours, like pressure, migraines. My blood pressure. I have had high blood pressure since I'm 14 years old because of the chronic kidney failure. 14 years old. Within 3 weeks of gone. No more pills. The doctor, I was fainting. I started fainting because my blood pressure was too low. So they had to take me off the pills. They're like, why is your blood pressure? I go now, my blood pressure, nothing changed. I haven't done anything different. I still eat salt. I eat salt. I put salt on my avocados. I like salty avocados. No blood pressure. And I'm telling you, and when I miss a day of meditation, I feel it. Yeah, but that's the thing, Wilo. So this is the cool part. I'm going to address what Wilo just said. Here's the thing. When you start to meditate, it becomes what Wilo just said. So first, you don't feel anything. Okay? It's like, I have to tell you guys, it's exactly like working out. It's exactly. The goal is to heal your body, right? You know when you first go to the gym and then you look in the mirror or you go on the scale and you look at the scale and you're like, I gained a pound? That happened to me. You go, how the fuck did I gain 2 pounds? I've been eating clean all week and going to the gym and I fucking gained weight. What is this? And you start getting upset and you give up, right? That's the same thing. Okay. Meditation, you're going to hate meditation. When you sit water weight, exactly. Well, you're going to get water weight in your head. You're going to be sitting meditating and you're like, by the way, the first 2 weeks of meditation, your life goes to shit. Your life goes to shit. You start getting very triggered. Because what's happening is you have buried a lot of past traumas in your subconscious. And then you're meditating and that's going right to your brain. And now what you used to think that didn't bother you, you're like now super triggered by shit. And you're like, and you think everything is good. I'll just let you know. When I first started meditating, I'm in the car. I'm listening to Bob Marley. This is a true story, guys. I'm in the car and it was like the first 2 weeks that I was meditating every day. So I put it and I go, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna and the police stops me and I'm like, what the fuck? So the police stop. This is a true story. So I stop on the side and I'm like, I meditated for 1 fucking hour. This is what I'm thinking in my mind. 1 fucking hour. And then I'm listening to Bob Marley and I could feel like good. I felt good. Like I was like, yeah, nothing's going to stop me today. I get fucking stopped by the cops. What the fuck is this shit? And then the cop comes. I start fucking crying because, meditation. So I start crying. Then I'm embarrassed that I'm crying. And he's like, ma'am, can I see your license and meditate? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I was just listening to Bob Marley and I meditated. I don't know how I got stopped. And then he started laughing at me. He's laughing. And he still gave me the ticket though. He still gave me the ticket. And it was like $150 ticket. And I was like, this is fucking bullshit. So I take the ticket, I throw it on the side, and I'm like, oh, my rest of the day is going to be bad. And right away I was like, and I'm creating this. And then the rest of the day, I went to the doctor. I was going to the doctor that day, and the doctor gave me bad news. Your kidneys are not doing so great. You have to drink more water. You're like, and I'm sitting there going, fucking meditation's bullshit. Meditation is fucking stupid shit. And I was so angry. But what I know now is it's the same as when you work out. Go to the gym for the first time ever, okay? And you're at the gym and you do a boot camp, like, yeah, lifting weight, ripping your muscles. And then you get home and the next day you're like, my body, okay? And you're like, the fuck is this? And then you go on the scale and there's no results. Your body is in pain and you have no results. If anything, you might have gained weight. So you're like, this doesn't fucking work. And you're doing it all week. And for a couple of weeks, you're like, what the hell? And then after 2 weeks, every day, there's this one day that you're going to wake up and go, hold on, sorry, I'm playing some music. There's this one day that you're going to wake up and be like, wow. Or when you meditate, it's just insane. And then it just goes uphill. Thanks, Lise. No pain, no gain. I know it's crazy to say this, but it's like, in order to be relieved, you have to know which one is worse for you. But then I said to myself, I am not going to give up because I want to heal my body. I want to heal my body. I don't want to be sick anymore. And if it takes tickets and whatever, that's all it is. How one starts to meditate. You just start. You go on YouTube and you just start. You do what the hell you got to do and you just start to meditate. Now, okay, I wish someone had told me my life would first fall apart when I started meditating. You know what? Who said this? Luna? Agreed. Wouldn't it be nice if somebody was there and was like, oh, this is normal. This is normal. Your life that's going to fall apart. You're going to have a breakup. You're going to end up almost homeless. A single mom. You're going to be like, everything's going to crash in your life a lot because you need to heal. So a lot of shit's going to happen. You're going to get very triggered. I feel like I would have maybe went through it a little different if I would have known that in order to heal your life and your body, it's like not this nice, like smooth road. It's like you're going through the ocean and you're swimming and there's sharks and you're like, ah, and there's waves and you're like, ah. And then some days it's really sunny. Okay. And you're like, wow, this is really nice and sunny. And then some days you're like, oh, I could just float here. I'm really good at floating. I'm just going to float here. These are great days. So every time you're feeling, now you have to remember this. If you don't want to meditate, that's okay. That means you prefer the pain. If your goal is, now, if you don't have much pain in your body and you don't have much illness and you still want to meditate, that's good too. That's fine. But I'll give you an example. So my daughter, thank you, friends. So my daughter does not have physical illnesses. She meditates every day. My daughter meditates to connect to a higher level of consciousness. My daughter, thank you, Francie. So my daughter is really, really big on meditating to connect to different beings and her spiritual self. That's why she meditates. And she's young. She's 16 years old. And when she meditates, she goes, Mom, I feel so good when I meditate. And I feel just connected to everything. So she's not healing. She's not working on the healing. So I'm letting you know, now that I have healed, okay, and by the way, we heal all the time. We heal every time. Like I said, you get a cut today from a paper cut, you're healing, okay? Petra, I recommend you start with my meditations. Obviously, I'm going to recommend that. They're on YouTube and they're free because meditations are very expensive, okay? And then you could go to Joe Dispenza. I strongly suggest go to Joe Dispenza. Oh, sorry. That's so funny. I was just about to say Gaia, and Gaia just messaged me. Okay, so I'll let you know. This is what I did. I'll tell you exactly what I did. So every day, I told you the process of what I did is every day I started meditating. So when I started meditating first is I started using music and guided meditations. And that's what I do. I do this for you guys and all the meditations that I do. And my YouTube the link is in my bio in my YouTube. Okay. So, and it's the same name, Tanya Beauty Coach everywhere. So what I did is I started only with 20 minutes. Okay. I said, there's no fucking way I can start doing 1 hour meditations. Like when I first started, I was like, there's no fucking way. 1 hour? I can't even sit for 1 hour. What the fuck am I going to do for 1 hour? And I noticed that if I would do 20 minutes, that was my minimum. I said, I am not going to do anything. I've done hypnosis, but doing hypnotherapy every day is different because you're like, it's a lot to do it every day, hypnotherapy. So what I did is, imagine you're sitting there and you just start off with 20 minutes. It's like when you go to the gym. You don't want to do a boot camp the first time you go to the gym because you're going to be in massive pain. So this is what I do. This is my job. This is what I do. I help you raise the awareness, the self-awareness of healing. And then I send you off to Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Stephen Greer, all these people. And I'm like, you can go and they'll help you do with the healing. So what I did is I started off with the 20 minutes and I did guided meditations and I bought apps and I bought all these things and I was doing 20 minutes minimum. Some days when I did 20 minutes, I would put it on repeat because I noticed myself wanting to go for 40 minutes. And wanting to go longer. So I would sit there and at first nothing happens. You're just overthinking. And I'm telling you, the day you start to heal, you feel it. When you heal, you feel it. You can ask anybody who's done what I've done. Your body vibrates. You feel that you're healing. Like, how can I explain this vibrate? There's no other, I've never had that feeling, but the closest that I can say is, you know when you sit on your hand for too long? Have you ever laid down on your hand for too long? And then you go, actually, here, do this, guys. Do this, like this. Okay? No, it's more than tingling. So do this for a while. Heat up your hands till they're super hot. Okay? And then just feel your hands. Okay. So if you feel that, everywhere, in your head, your ears, every time you're meditating and you're doing the healing meditation, not just like the letting go, the healing, your body goes, zzz. It is so fucking cool, guys. It is so cool. And you notice that even after you meditate, you walk around for another like 10 minutes and your body's going, zzz, and you're like, your whole, it's, you know what I feel like? It's not the Kundalini. This is just healing your whole body. I feel like my body, somebody is taking my body and shaking me around. And I'm like everything. It's like my blood is cleaning and circulating. And yeah, I'm actually a Reiki practitioner too. It's magnetism. I don't know what the hell it is, Mark. I have no idea. But every time that I do the meditation and I start to buzz, I'm like, oh yeah. And I literally say stuff like this in my mouth. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. And then I went, all right. And I don't try to heal, by the way. That's the cool part of healing when you meditate. You're not healing. You don't sit with yourself and go, heal my body. You don't do that. There's no, you literally just sit there and say, all right, energy, do your work. My intention, do you remember? Do you remember the rice? It's the intention that is strong. This is the intention of love. This is rotten intention of hate. So what I do is I sit there and I said, there's so many years that I hated myself and I freaking rotted my body. My parents, my other people around me, my grandparents, they hated, a lot of hate and rot went into my body. I need to get rid of this. I need to get rid of this rot. And I swear, I feel like a strainer, a spaghetti strainer, that I'm the strainer and all the rot is just coming, pouring out. And I sit there and I don't try to figure out what to heal. But my intention last night, 2 nights ago, I keep saying last night, 2 nights ago, my intention was to heal the psoriasis. Guys, I woke up, this was crazy. I'll tell you exactly what so I'm meditating last night and within 5 minutes, usually it takes 20 minutes, right? To kind of get into it. 5 minutes. My body was like, bzzz, and it started buzzing. And I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Let's do this. And I get excited because some days it doesn't happen. I'm like, damn it, it's not working. But I felt it and I was like, oh yeah, fuck. And it's so cool, guys. It's so fucking cool. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It is the best feeling of my life. And my friend doesn't get it. She was asking me, she's like, why do you love meditation so much? I'm like, because there's different types of meditation. There's Kundalini, the Kundalini activation. That's the energy center. So it's, you feel your head feels like, imagine if you had a headache. This is the feeling of Kundalini one, okay? So if you guys are not familiar with them. So let's say this is your head, okay? This is your head, your scalp, and you have a bad headache. And you have a bad headache, and your headache is pushing hard on your scalp. And then all of a sudden, it's like you feel this, and it's like your head kind of goes like this, and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And you feel this overall sense of just amazing relaxation, like nothing before. That's the energy center feeling. Okay, so there's different feelings for different meditations. So the healing one, your body is full-blown vibrating, like full, it's like, I can't even explain it. Every single part of your body, by the way, you even feel like your toenail is vibrating. And it's weird because last night, my jaw was vibrating more than ever. And I was like, why the fuck is my jaw vibrating? I didn't have to heal my jaw. My intention is to heal this psoriasis. But somehow my jaw, but I'm like, all right, energy, I don't know why it's vibrating in my jaw, but maybe there's something in my jaw. And then this morning, Wilo, you would know, I thought of my tooth. You know my tooth that's been hurting me? I'm like, oh, the energy knows to heal my tooth. All right, energy, let's go. It's just energy, right? Oh my God, yes, Jessica, I said that this morning. That's what I realized. I was like, I don't need drugs. I meditate. And people who truly meditate for a long time, do you use guide for your meditation? Sometimes. So sometimes I just meditate by myself, alone. Those are, okay, so alone meditations, like just with yourself, I find those very peaceful. Okay, after 20 minutes, remember that. The first 20 minutes, I'm like, or 10 minutes, I'm going, fuck, my back hurts. I need to crack my back. Oh my God, I need to do more yoga. Maybe I should do yoga. Actually, I don't really like yoga. My wrists hurt when I do yoga. Like, this is the conversations that I have with myself. And then I go, oh, Tanya, back to the now. Okay, use your senses. And guys, I've been meditating since 2011. So for any of you guys who tell me I can't meditate, it doesn't work. You just think that meditation is something that it's not. That's all it is. You think meditation is something else. No. If you go and look at The Rock, he works out every day. Like every day, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, he's working out, right? Yeah, exactly. Wow. So he works out like crazy and he still feels pain when he works out. Can you meditate wrong? No. There is no wrong way of meditating. No wrong way. It's like, can you breathe wrong? Right now, you guys are all breathing, right? Now, I'm not saying if you have like a respiratory issue. I'm just talking about, is there a right way to breathe, a wrong way? No, you're just breathing, right? Hold on. I want to see something. I'm just letting you know, if any of you guys are doubting what I'm saying, I just want to let you know it's because I'm going to get triggered for a second. So a long time ago, I did this, what's it called? Video. Like when I first started TikTok, it was in April. And there was a doctor that was tagged about, I don't know, over 50 times. And I looked at this and I went, who is this doctor? And I click on her name. And I forgot her name, this doctor. And I blocked her. She is the meanest doctor that I have ever seen. And she's very famous on TikTok. She has millions of followers, or 1 million or something. And it's disgusting that she's a doctor and people follow her. And if anybody follows her, I forgot her name. Dr. Ina. If anybody follows Dr. Ina, please get off my life. I'm really sorry. Get off my life. Dr. Ina. The mean anger, she takes people Okay? She takes people on TikTok that are just living their truth and their things. Okay? And she puts it on her page and she cancel cultures them for just, and then, so I did my research because I'm like, oh my God, she's going to cancel culture me and whatever. So I don't think she'd be able to get rid of me though, because I would send her love back. Okay. I would send her Dr. Ina, I-N-A, just Dr. Ina. Okay. Just to be clear, I'm no doctor. Oh, I am a doctor. I'm Dr. Ian. Oh my God, that's so funny. What a coincidence. So listen to this. That's really funny. Dr. Ian is not related to Dr. Ina, I-N-A. But this woman, what she did is people were just going live and they're telling their truth and they're telling what happened to them. And she takes a video and posts it and shames the hell out of people. And I was like, is this a joke? So my boyfriend, who got very defensive towards me, I don't know if that's her name. I just know it's Dr. Ina. So he went online and she shames people who talk about psychology and wellness and this and that. She like shames the hell. She has actually bullied people off TikTok, like really kind, loving people. She has bullied them off TikTok. So I'm watching, and she has a lot of followers and stuff. So I'm watching her on the thing. I'm looking at her videos, which is not good because I'm like giving her views, but whatever. My boyfriend Googles her and he goes, she has a doctorate, but she's not even a doctor. She just works as a teacher in a school, in a community college. She doesn't study anything for, like, she studying, but she doesn't do it. She hasn't had. And I went, oh, that explains a lot. Because you could be a doctor and suck. You can be a doctor and suck. I think that's her, Letty, yeah. You could be a doctor and you could suck, but you could be a doctor and be very nice and kind. Listen, I love doctors. They saved my life. So if anybody speaks ill of doctors, I don't like it because I know I have some friends who are like, fuck doctors and da-da-da, you can heal your naturally, whatever. I'm like, sure. Okay. Yes, I healed on my own. But before I healed, doctors had to help me with surgery. So I went to the hospital 2 months ago with a broken rib. And doctors helped me figure out that it was a broken rib. They helped me with the painkillers. They helped me everything, right? So I made a plan in my mind that if ever Dr. Ina would say something about me and take my videos and be like, she doesn't know anything. She's just a coach. She whatever. And then she just does all this stuff. I would actually do my best to send her love. So I was kind of hoping that she would. I was like, I'm totally going to just send her so much love. Because nobody that's happy in their life is going to bash anybody else. There's nobody, I don't care if you're like the Queen of England. It doesn't matter how high standards. If you are trying to hurt other people, you need love in your life. There's a part of you that's in pain, that's trying to hurt other people. And it sucks. I would feel bad for her. How to talk to people, Dr. Ina. Yeah, I know. It's really sad what she did. But at first I got scared. It was the first week that I was on TikTok and I blocked her on it. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want her to find me because I wasn't too ready for whatever. But now I realize I don't care. And by the way, I've had people bash me on TikTok. I don't know if you guys saw that. You know the factor cap? Have you ever seen that? Not the two guys that do the factor cap, but there's another guy. I forgot his name. He has a few million followers and he took my video and he said I was full of shit. But I got followers through it, so I was like, whatever. But he doesn't even realize. Okay, do this, guys. Do this. I'm going to show you what the video, what he bashed me for. Do this. Just warm up your hands. Like a lot. Really warm up your hands till you feel the heat. Okay? A lot. Like really. And then put your hands beside each other like this. And then try to push them together. Do you guys feel that? There's different kinds of energy in here. There's the energy of heat, static energy, all different kinds of energy. But it's still energy, whether it's static, heat. There's still, and you can't push it together. It's weird. And then if you go further apart and you try to push it together, it's still there. It's like this pressure that pushes. So you just have to rub your hands together and then try to push your hands together. And there's this, it's almost like your hands are, some people get their hands together, but it's almost like this thing. Anyway, he did a factor cap and he said, oh, it's bullshit. She's full of shit, whatever. And I was like, he doesn't know about static energy. Anyway. What were we talking about before? Healing. Okay, anybody have any questions on the rest of the healing of what I did? That's what I did. I'm just letting you know that meditation, that's what I did. All I did is 1 hour a day. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Super important. Super important. Whoever's still on here. This is 2 major parts in the healing. Okay? The major parts. 1 hour a day in the morning and 1 hour a day at night. If you want to start and you don't want to jump all in, then you say for the first month, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay? I don't think we believe in manifestation. Manifestation just exists in life. We are a law of attraction magnets. So if somebody doesn't believe in it, it's just because they don't know about it. It's not because they don't believe it. They just don't know. Does self-love really help to have healthy relationships? 100%. Self-love is the top. If you want a healthy relationship, it's self-love. Before anything, self-love. That's the first on your list. If your relationships are unhealthy in your life, because there's a lack of self-love right away. And as soon as you start to learn to love yourself, it doesn't matter what anybody says about you. It doesn't matter what anybody says about you because you're going to know who you are. How can I love myself? That's a loaded question. You have to start where you start. Start where you start. I actually made a video on YouTube. I made where to start. But everybody starts at different places. Some people start with just shadow work. Some people start with affirmations. People start with meditation. You don't love yourself. It's hard to get healthy love. Exactly. How to heal when you have a lack of self-love. Well, I don't know, man. I agree. Oh, that's a deep question. How to heal when you have a lack of self-love. Oh, that's deep. Anjali, that's a good question. The thing is, actually, can I tell you the truth? You don't necessarily need self-love to heal. It has to be a belief. The belief of self-love has to happen. Do you know what I mean? So I have a client that started medication about a year ago and stopped the medication, and it's still working because it's the placebo of her belief. Her belief. The belief is stronger than anything. So self-love is the same thing. If you're struggling with self-love, but you want to heal and you're like, I can't heal without the self-love, not necessarily. What happens is that when you start, okay, can I tell you something? If you're struggling with self-love, it's always the same 2 answers. If you're struggling with self-love, meditate. If you want to meditate, work on self. It's always the same 2 answers. Because if you're struggling with self-love, what is more loving than daily meditations? Explain to me. If you do your hair every day, that's an act of self-love, right? Self-love, you're doing it for you. And you wash, you take a shower. You know when you take a shower? That's an act of self-love. You're washing your body because you're doing it to clean yourself because you smell, and you're doing it to care for yourself. Care for your body Care for your emotions. If you go to therapy, you're caring for your emotions, right? If you do gratitude journals, you're caring for your emotions. That's self-love. If you're doing exercises like inner healing, inner child work, shadow work, all this stuff, you're doing it. But when you meditate, you're working on loving your soul, on your consciousness. Forget your skin and your face and your hair. Forget the emotion that's in your brain and your emotions that are our brain has emotions, right? Our brain has emotions and our body is skin. But that thing inside of you, some people call it a higher self, a spirit, a soul. Consciousness is the more scientific term. The consciousness that's in you, what are you doing for that? Because your consciousness is pure love. And you lost it. I tell this to my daughter. It is lost in the pinky toenail. My mind's been blown too many times in this life. Thanks, Dr. Ian. I have the Holy Spirit in me when I accept it. Why did we never learn to take care of our mind and soul? So listen to this. I'm going to offend somebody here. Francie, I love you, but I might offend you, but I hope I don't, okay? Because I'm just going to tell you my truth. A lot of people have been born and raised very Christian, Catholic, and like in a strong religions, okay? And what happens in strong religions, we think that we have to accept God and Jesus Christ and Mary, and we have to, somebody outside of ourselves has to help us heal our consciousness. Trust something outside of you to heal what's inside of you. And I'm going to be honest, it is a beautiful thing for people that pray. Well, I'm talking about different religions, like Allah or whatever. Any religion is trusting someone. I say Mary because the family that I grew up in, they worship Mary a lot because Mary was the mother of Jesus, all that stuff. So everything is outside. Now, it is beautiful. Like I told you before, it is very, very beautiful to take care of your skin with nice coconut oil and all this stuff, and to wash your hair and take showers. And it's beautiful to go see therapy and to talk to a therapist, a coach, or a doctor or anything. Like I said, doctor, it's good to go to a doctor to get your regular checkups, and your doctor could do the scans on you to make sure your organs are okay. And it's good to go to church and to pray and to do this and to say, okay, the problem with this is that nobody ever taught us to trust us. That's where the healing starts. It's not something outside of ourselves. The outside of stuff, everything that's not in here and it's out there, is wonderful. It is part of this human experience. But we are never taught to say, hold on, let me trust the person that's, what's making me talk right now? Right now. Do you know that scientists have no fucking idea what's making us talk? It's my consciousness. My consciousness is making me talk. Something inside of me and my floating around that leaves my body when I die. This thing leaves my body when I die. What is it? We don't fucking know. None of us know. None of us know. Do you know what I mean? So, well, see, Francie, I like that comment. God helps those who help themselves. I actually like that comment because what you're saying is that go internally first and then you can all that stuff, right? Sorry, people are asking dual lives, but I'm not going to do that today, right? Oh, wow. So I didn't even know this, Moon. We lose 4 ounces of weight when we die. So our consciousness weighs 4 ounces, right? So if you are somebody who's very religious, that's beautiful too. But to put ourselves first. We are never taught, and this is the problem why I didn't like that I was raised with a lot of religious people around me, because I was never taught internally to go inside and find out what the fuck Tanya, well, who is Tanya? What am I? Because I'm sorry to say this to anybody who is religious, but what if there's no God? What if God is, okay, what if there is a God, but what if it's not what you think it is? What if there's no angels? What if there's just beings? What if there's no beings? What if? Everything that is outside of ourselves. Now, I'm just letting you know, I was born and raised Christian Catholic in my family. We were born, but my mom was very open-minded. When I started meditating for every day, an hour in the morning, an hour at night, I have my own truth, guys. I have my own truth. So some people, God is the somebody thing. And some people, God is this. Some people, this and that. My truth, I'm going to tell you, I told you guys at the beginning of this live, I'm going to express my thing. I don't, what do I feel? I have seen beings around me that are not angels. I have had help from other things, dark spirits that didn't hurt me. I have had help from dark spirits that I realize are my friends as well. There are some dark energies that I'm scared of, but I'm just scared of them because I don't understand them because I was raised Catholic. But they're not there to hurt me. I realize that I've seen beings. I've connected with extra-dimensional or extraterrestrial beings in this life that I've seen. I have seen. My truth is I have literally closed my eyes and opened my eyes and have seen shapes and seen beings. I've gone internally. I've had conversations. Now, other people say they have conversations with God. Other people said they saw angels. So there's a beautiful book called, what's it called? I have it in my room. Talking to Angels. And people fully saw angels in front of their bed with the wings. Like full angels with the wings. Explain that. That's not wrong. They saw that. Right? So, exactly. So, Anjali, you're Hindu. My boyfriend's Hindu. He has explained to me that he sees differently. So, Hindu and Buddhist, what they see is that everything is consciousness and energy, and God is within us. If God, this is how the Hindu Buddhist, they said, if God created us, aren't we a part of him? That means that we have part God in us. Because if I have a daughter, right? So me and my ex had a daughter. Half my DNA is in there. My DNA is in my daughter. So if God created us in his image, aren't we part? But if you say that to a Catholic, they're going to say, oh my God, if you made us in his image, we are a reflection of him. Therefore, we are many gods. But then you say that to somebody will say, no, don't ever. My family used to shame me because I said, no, don't worship anybody. I said, I love, there's something in French. I adore you. No, we don't adore. We just adore God. We don't adore each other. We love each other, but we don't adore. Adore is for God. And I realized there was so much stuff that I have trauma, PTSD from being instilled, so much fear. Fear God. Fear God. I had an ex that said fear God tattooed on his chest. Fear God. And I'm like, isn't God love? Isn't God love? So for me, I'll just let you guys know. So I was born and raised Catholic, but for me, my truth and my spirituality is God is the universe. I do believe in God. Okay, this is just my belief. I could be wrong. So you know, I could be wrong, but I'll tell you guys today, I don't usually talk about my belief, but I believe in God, but I believe that God is the universe. And God is also energy. God doesn't have a physical form. I don't see God as this God that judges and creates things like that. I think that God is the universe. Not God created the universe. God is the universe. And there's this energy that I have felt so strong when I meditate. And I connect. I have done meditations that my head will flip back like this in the, and I'll meditate sometimes for 2 hours. Okay. And in the second hour, I get into this and my head goes like this and my heart is like, and there's so much love and I'm crying out of love. Like I just have these tears coming down and I am so connected to the universe and you guys and my daughter and my dogs and people all around the world. And then I all of a sudden connect with the earth and God. And I go, God is the earth. God is the planets. That's for me what God is, right? Now it could be different, but I have felt that love is almost beyond the love that I've felt for anything ever. And listen, I really love my daughter. Like I'm super love my daughter, but it's this insane existential. And I went, that's what I feel. I'm like, God is everything. God is everywhere all the time, everything. And that means that it's within us and we can connect. And that's why I believe in Joe Dispenza, we can heal ourselves, right? I connect most with God through nature. Yes. Oh my God, me too. So I notice that when I'm outside and I sit either in the grass or by the sand or whatever, and rock and roll. Sorry, that's a funny comment. I can't, you know what's funny? I can't handle, so I have people in my family that are like, Fox News, nah. And I'm like, I get triggered. No offense if anybody watches Fox News on my thing. I love everybody. Whether you watch Fox News, I love you, but I cannot have that in my reality. So here, like, Dr. Fauci, Trump, this, Biden. I'm like, I'm not even American. I'm not even American. It doesn't even involve me. Whatever's happening in the States, I just sit back and watch. I'm not even American, okay? But I'm like, why are we watching this here? We're not even American. It's like a joke for us. We watch it as like, it's our comedy shows. No offense to Americans. It's like, hey, you want to watch some comedy? But I don't feel like it's comedy. I feel like it's a dark, sinister, romantic, drama, scary movie. And I'm like, I don't resonate with this. So anyway, side note. Oh yeah, I can't watch that. I can't. It's like I get sucked in. You know what's funny? You want to laugh? Do you know that this jar of rice, my daughter, every time that there was anybody watching Fox News or anything, that she put the I hate you, you fool jar beside the TV. Because it's so judgment. As soon as you turn on any news, even if it's CNN, it's just like, yeah, they're sorry, and you're like, oh, God. And I have to tell you, when you start to meditate every day, you sit there and you're like, so I wake up every morning, I do a meditation. And this is what I do. I have my tea and I sit with my tea. Okay, this is what I do every morning. I wake up early and I do something called conscious eating and conscious drinking. And I look at my tea and I say, I just taste all the sips and I sit there and it's nice. And then I made a rule in my house. I'm like, I don't go to see anybody. My boyfriend, my dad, anybody that watches it. I'm like, nope. I stay because as soon as I walk, I let the dogs out and the news and the TV's on. I'm like, it's just like, it's like this energy. And I'm going, why am I so triggered? And I'm like, that's something in me, right? Self-projection. It's always something in me that gets triggered. So I'm like, I'm triggered because I know that, listen to this. I'll tell you guys, if you guys, the Twitch, I know, if you guys get triggered by anything, it is something in you. Oh my alarm. If there's something in you that gets triggered, it's because of you. Remember? So if I get triggered by the news, it's because of me. So I sit there and I go, why am I triggered by Fox and CNN so much? Why am I triggered? Why can I just not care? It's because I see what it does to people. I see how watching this is tell lie vision. When you watch the tell lie vision that tells lies, people believe it and then they take it as their own beliefs. And it's not. I have seen beautiful, loving people turn evil. And I'm going to be honest, I see it on both sides. I see some people that are spiritual and awakened and they connect with nature and they're meditating all the time and they're like, oh, fuck the government and they're fine. They're trying to control you. And I'm like, whoa, Fox News. And they're like, I'm not Fox. I'm anti-Fox. I'm like, yeah, but you're acting the same. You're doing exactly what they want. Anybody who's like, is like, ooh. Do you know what I mean? So every time but do you know why I get triggered? Can I tell you the truth? If I get triggered and I get annoyed, it's because I used to be in the 3-dimensional world I used to believe everything I watched. Everything. I was not like Emmanuel. The enlightened Emmanuel. Who we all aspire to be like. We are not like, I was so wrapped up in what society was like this, and that I get upset, and I used to get upset very easily at everything that I would hear and listen to everything. How do you get rid of triggers is you have to learn to look internally. Every time you're triggered, go inside. Every time you get triggered, it comes from here. Think about it. Somebody is doing or saying something. Now, this does not involve violence. If you get triggered by violence, that is a normal human response. Okay, so I'm not talking about violence, but if somebody says something to you that triggers you, is how to heal anger issues. Oh, Angeli, go watch my video. I didn't post it on TikTok, but I posted it on Instagram. Anybody who gets triggered and then gets angry, you don't understand. I have a video on describing detail. It healed my relationships, all my relationships. I still get angry, but I don't get angry. I just get angry. Like a normal human balanced anger. But if you get really explosive or implosive, please go watch my videos because I have to let you guys go in 10 minutes and I don't have a lot of, but I've talked about it. It's really deep because anger is nice. Anger is normal. Everybody's angry. I've seen angry newborn and angry newborn babies. Walk away, count to 10. Actually, no, rock and roll, that can trigger people. That's the thing I was saying. So I'll give you guys a quick example. My boyfriend is walk away. He's like, I don't care, whatever. All right. And walks away. Just I'm angry, walk away. Internal, implosive. I'm explosive. I was explosive. So I used to be like that. Very, right? Women are like that. Actually, no. I have 2 women in my family. We're 3 women in the family. I have 2 women that are implosive. So it's rock, whatever. I'll just call you Rock. Okay, Rock. So what happens is if you walk away and if you explode and you implode, you are gaslighting this person by walking away. And if you are explosive, you are gaslighting this person. Gaslighting means you're making the other person feel crazy. This one's calm. So I'll do the calm one is calm. This one's angry. Okay. So this is the calm one. And the calm one is just going to walk away. You're saying, you're crazy. I'm walking away. You're acting crazy because you're loud. That's gaslighting. Gaslighting means you're not validating that person's feelings. Now, the other one here, let's say this, is saying da 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 da. By you yelling is so disrespectful that you're gaslighting this person. So what do? So gaslighting means you are literally, just picture a fire. Okay, picture fire and then throw gas on the fire. That's what it is. That's gaslighting. It's that somebody is already kind of upset. Okay, and then you just, right? So my boyfriend is the walk away, which is abandonment. Now, the reason why you walk away is because when you were young, being quiet and silent was powerful, was seen as power. Because when you're angry, you have no power. When you're angry, you feel like you've lost all your power in your life. You're like, I have no power. I'm powerless. Because you're like, and there's no fixing it. You will only get angry if you feel like there is no resolution to what is happening. There is no power. And how do you regain the power depends on how you were brought up. So if you walk away when you're angry and you just implode, internalize it, and walk away, is because that's how you're powerful. You're like, I'm going to regain my power like this. This is how I'm powerful. Because you have learned when you were young, or maybe you saw your parents and whoever was silent was powerful. So you're like, I'm going to be silent. I'm going to be powerful. I'm regaining my power. Now, the opposite, this is same. So for example, in my life, every time I didn't have my power and I would yell, everybody would listen. That's how I regained my power. So as soon as I started to yell, that's when, hey, no, don't you sit down. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I got loud, that's how I regained my power. So I was taught as a young kid that screaming and being loud is how I regained my power. My boyfriend grew up walking away. There's a way to heal both. Okay, so I'll end up, I said to watch my videos, but I'll just tell you guys, but just watch my videos, thumbs up, YouTube and on here just to like help me out. Anyway, the key is you don't go from 0 to 100. Okay, you don't do that. It's like 0 to 10. When you start getting angry, if you have different views on life, religion, politics, relationships, friendships, whatever it is, and you're getting mad at each other, to acknowledge that you are feeling powerless, to acknowledge that there is no resolving the situation is 0 to 10. So if you stop yourself, okay, and you say, I don't see any resolution right now, and I'm feeling powerless. On both ends, you said, I'm feeling powerless, and you're about to scream. Let's say you're a screamer, okay? So I'll go on both sides. So let's say you're a yeller, and you're like, you know what? And you see your voice. And chances are, if you don't catch yourself, that's okay. You'll notice the other person saying, hey, don't interrupt me. Usually when that person says that, oh yeah, you get louder, right? Because you're like, fuck you, right? So you'll get more. If you hear that and you say, don't interrupt, you said, I'm feeling powerless right now. I don't see us resolving this. I'm feeling hopeless. It's making me angry. You are owning your shit, because as I love, you know how I talk about projection? I love, Gary Vee said, everybody likes to point the finger and nobody likes the thumb. He said that yesterday. I saw his video yesterday. It was like, everybody likes to point the finger and you make me angry. You do it and you, nobody likes the thumb. By saying, I feel hopeless and powerless right now, you are diffusing. And chances are the other person won't walk away because they see that you're feeling hopeless. The same goes, let Jesus take the wheel. So let's say the other one, no, walking away. Now remember, Emmanuel, walking away is a form. This is walking away. Do you see the rotten mildew? Walking away is abandonment. You are creating rotten mold in the other person. This is anger, rotten, and rotten mold. ignoring and walking away. Like, people have a sense of, you don't realize that you think that you're walking away like, I'm just going to take some time right now and walk away. No, if you're angry and you walk away and you don't say anything, that is abandonment. That is abandonment and dismissive. It is just as disrespectful as yelling. Yelling is very disrespectful, but walking away is abandonment and dismissive. And it hurts. It hurts you when someone yells. It really hurts. It's not okay when somebody yells. It's borderline verbal abuse. When you walk away in dismissive, it hurts. Thank you, Wilo. I know I'm checking. I'll do it 2:10. I'll go. Okay. But if you're silent and you just choose to walk away and you say, I don't care, whatever, do what you, I can't. That shutdown is how you regain your power, but is very mean, abandonment, dismissive, and it's real. And then it just keeps triggering. It's never going to resolve. So I'm just talking if you want to resolve it. If you don't want to resolve it and you just want to keep walking away, that's fine. Just walk away. That's your way. But there is another way that you can do it. So if you are triggered and you start saying, whatever, fine, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. I'm leaving. Or you say, go, just go. I'm leaving. And if you're in the fight or flight, remember that. It is the same thing. Fight or flight response means that your brain waves are on high beta. High beta, when you're on high beta, you cannot hear or understand anything that the other person's saying. You're on high beta. That means it's like a bear. Your brain thinks a bear is about to attack you. You go on fight or flight, right? If you just walk away and be dismissive, you're not acknowledging this person. You are basically, this person is being gaslit. So what you can do is you say the same thing. I'm feeling hopeless right now. I'm feeling powerless. You don't say, stop yelling, stop it. You don't, I'm feeling hopeless right now. I'm feeling powerless. And here's the key. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to walk away. And it's very healthy to both walk away. It's healthy to both walk away. But when people walk away, that's abandonment, because this person is, chances are, most probably, this person is feeling abandoned completely, like you're done with and most probably, they probably have broken up with you or got mad at you, and they're just like, well, fuck it, then it's over. Like, they'll completely take it to another level because they're trying to hold on to something. They're trying to just hold on to you because you're leaving them. But if you both leave in a healthy way, you can come back and communicate. And I'm just letting you know, I have had relationships of this, and I'm now in this healthy relationship that he's still the walk away. I'm still loud. And as soon as I get a little bit loud, he says, hey, you're interrupted. And I go, oh, and I realize, all right, I'm feeling powerless right now. I can't deal. I'm feeling hopeless. There is no resolving this. I don't feel like we're fixing this right now. The same thing goes for this person. Instead of walking away, you said, I feel hopeless right now. And that's not when you're at 100, okay? Not 0 to 100. It's 0 to 10. When you start yourself getting angry because you're disagreeing on a situation or something, you say, I'm feeling hopeless. And chances are you're mad at your partner or your friend because it's a reoccurring thing. If your friend or your partner keeps doing the same thing over and over and over, and you're like, oh my God, that's why you're so angry, is because this person keeps doing the same thing over and over, and you're like, and you feel powerless because you're like, oh my God, again, this is happening. And then you get more like, oh my God, we're never gonna, this is it. And you get so angry. The issue here is that if you say, I feel powerless, there's no resolving, you're not fixing it. And what you do is you say, can we take some time to cool off? You're not saying you can use, it's funny, my boyfriend and I use, can we take some time to lower our brain waves? We kind of laugh about it after, but we're like, we need to take some time to bring the high beta fight or flight, that's like, the brain waves, to back to a low beta, that we can talk to each other. So Okay, rock and roll. You're obviously not familiar with my page because whatever you see in the world is what is inside you. So just remember that. And I say that on all my lives. I call people out. Whatever you see in the girls and in women, you have in you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able. If you say something about women, it's in your brain. It's coming from your head. That means it's something about you to look internally. So if you like, women are like this, blah, 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 everything that you feel of others, whether it's of dogs or cats or women or this, it is coming from your brain. That means that it's coming from you towards you. There's a possibility. So if you want to heal your relationships, you have to go, what's in my brain? And let me self-reflect on my projections, because everything is a mirror around us. Remember that, which I know I trigger people and they unfollow when I say that. So if both of you guys are on this fight or flight response and you say, I need to cool off, let's take time to cool off. But both of you, right? Both of you take time to cool off. Both of you say, let's calm down, lower our brain waves, we'll cool off, because right now we're not going to resolve this and I feel powerless. Now, this is the key. This is the key. When you walk away, you don't just walk away and call your friend. By the way. Oh, I'm not mad. Rock and roll. Once again, that's a projection. I have to say, I love when people tell me stuff about myself. Don't get mad. Are you really angry? And I'm like, oh yes, you can see I'm super angry right now. I might have triggered you. So anyway, I know, Jessica, it's projections. People don't own their projections. They have no idea. They put whatever they're feeling inside, they make other people feel that. They think they're feeling that. But I don't get triggered by that. I don't get triggered because that's because I'm working on that. Yeah, I know. Rock and roll. It's working. He's getting rocker is getting triggered. That's okay. Sorry, guys. That's what I do. I'm a shadow coach. I trigger people. What was I going to say? Dr. Yan? What is it? Hold on. This live has been awesome. Oh, thanks, Dr. Yan. I come every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And I talk about different stuff every time for fun. What were we saying? Okay, yes, I said this is the key. This is the most important part before I log off this live because I have 1 minute left, 2 minutes left. I have to pick up my daughter. When you walk away, give yourself the power. You can play the song, I got the power, if you want. And that's what you do. You validate, thank you, Cece. You validate your own. Give yourself the power. You own your power. You try to both of you walk away. Nobody is gaslighting anybody. Nobody's trying to trigger other people, whatever. But we have to both. Do you know what I mean? Eye of the tiger, exactly, right? So what we do is we own our own power and we say, I feel powerless right now, but remember to not call your friend right away. My phone is going to die. It's 4% battery. My phone is about to die and I have to go pick up my daughter. But that's the main key is own your power. And if you want to know more, I did a whole video on YouTube. The link is in my bio. There's also a link in my bio on how to alter your DNA. And it's a doctor that is freaked out because this woman is altering the pH and he has these DNA things and he's altering and the doctor was freaking out in the video. And I linked it in my bio for free. It says alter your DNA. You can check it. It's usually they cost money for these videos, but I give it for free. So just check out the link in my bio and you guys can see all the stuff. And my website is free and I give a bunch of free information and free stuff. And I link people and I link other whatever. I love you guys. Thank you everybody for being on the live. And I will actually I'm getting a new phone tonight. Yay. So I'm going to try to upload this live onto my YouTube so you guys can watch if you did miss the whole how to heal your body stuff. Okay. I love you guys so very much and I will see you on Thursday. No, we're Thursday. I'll see you on Tuesday or on Sunday, my live on Sunday on YouTube. Okay. Love you guys.